Adi, so came across her cosplay. It's amazing. Today's been an amazing day because it's like one amazing cosplay, another amazing cosplay, another amazing cosplay, and then another amazing cosplay, and a really nice girl. And it's like, can I have a few shots? We're having an interview. Another New Yorker
Yes.
who is owning Korra.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this cosplay today. Why?
I personally love the entire Avatar series. Been a fan since they first started. I personally think, I don't know, maybe I sort of look like her. It was just on a whim, but as soon as I got into character, I don't know, ever since then, I love the energy I get from people. I love the feedback, everyone saying like, oh, you know, hey, that's Korra, and I'm just like, oh, what, me? Sometimes I forget my own name, and sometimes, you know, you really get into the character. You really, really learn to love the community that's involved with it. My favorite experience has to be when I was at New York Comic Con, and there was this little girl and her mom. She said, Mommy, look, it's Korra. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, my daughter really wants to take a photo with you. And I'm like, no, that's fine. And she said, I really love Korra. And I was all like, I hope you're enjoying your con. And would you like a hug? And she said, yes, of course. And then I just gave her a huge hug, and she was like stargazed by the time she was walking away. And I was like, oh, it's the little kids that get me the most. And there's actually an Iroh walking around. So just to connect with all the fans, connecting with all the cosplayers, that's what really gets me. That's why I do cosplay.
That's beautiful. Can you tell me how it was your first time going out? Like, I know you told me as a kid you went out, it was a little thing, but like your first time when you were like, could be nervous about it all. How did you feel, and then how was the reception that you got?
Well, of course, starting off as a kid, like being 12 years old, cosplaying as Ash during my middle school years, it wasn't easy. I got a lot of like weird looks, and I was picked on a little bit like, oh wow, you're still into Pokemon. I'm like, you know, this is who I am. But as I first put on my full complete cosplay and walking out of the house, I did get a few looks, and it's still nerve-wracking every day to like walk on the 4 train and like see all the stares, people wondering where you're going, what are you dressed up as. But when it all just dissipates when I finally make it to the convention center and I see everyone dressed up in cosplay, like it's all very nerve-wracking. But the first time I ever competed in a cosplay contest was in my hometown, which was at Undiscovered Con in White Plains, and I actually ended up winning. So
I didn't even know there was a thing in White Plains for con.
It's its first time. It was its first time doing it.
You know, one of the things that hit me is how big the community is. Like, I've already kind of known that anime was a huge thing, but cosplay, I thought there were like niche places. I didn't think the community was anywhere near as big, and then I'm finding it's everywhere.
Oh.
And White Plains, I had no idea. There's like 20 things happening in Jersey, including this one right now. No idea.
Honestly, I feel like cosplay should branch out to like all corners of the globe, even like small
it has
midtowns.
already.
Yeah, like I mean, in my hometown, obviously, like I live in Yonkers, so seeing just Undiscovered Con was really an undiscovered like gem for me. So
I have to look for that now. Because
yes, I hope they still continue to do it. But I really hope they do branch out to like even smaller niches. This should be like, I don't know, like in Florida, they do it every single weekend. So, and even Jersey, I'm finding out more so now. I've created an entire spreadsheet of all the cons listed up. I'm like rearing and ready to go to all of them. So, I don't know, I need this experience. I need to come every weekend.
I'm loving that their community is large. I love that the community is welcoming. And then I just love how it's weird, like as an anime fan, like, and I think you were saying is when you're a kid, like, oh, you still watch Pokemon? People still get that you still watch anime. It's like, well, yeah. And
this is my family.
And then it's weird, like, oh, well, we're not alone. Almost everyone else is into it. It's now mainstream.
Right.
And now, like, what used to be nerd is now top of the box office.
Exactly.
It's weird how, like, in my generation, you know, playing with the computer was like a nerdy thing to be shunned upon, and now they're the real rich people.
Yeah, exactly. There are people who do professional gaming now, and it's like, oh, where was I? Like back when I was playing Pokemon Stadium. Like that could have been big now. I could have been. I think
that was big news when some guy used an unknown Pokemon to win.
Yes.
And all of a sudden that was on big press, and we're thinking, no one gave a damn when I played Street Fighter in the arcade and I, kicked that kid's butt.
And now there are professional Street Fighter players, which is baffling to me, but it's still such an amazing community just to like see all the competitive players, see all the like even competitive cosplayers. Like the community is like, as we are still competitive, we're all still very welcoming. We're all very accepting of like whatever it is you're into, whatever it is you decide to cosplay, whatever it is you decide to play. Everyone's kind of like a kid at heart, and I love that in people.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you two questions I always ask.
Yes.
First one, if there was someone out there who's like wanted to get into cosplay but was scared, what's the advice you're gonna give he or her about what they should do?
Honestly, it's like putting on clothes at the beginning of the day. You just gotta do it. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror and think, well, I'm happy with myself enough to go out in the normal clothes that I have. I should be just fine walking out in cosplay. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's a little bit different. But at the end of the day, the minute you get to a convention, at the minute you get those people to say like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture? You get those fans who are just like, oh my God, I know who you are. That's what counts. So I say anyone who's just getting started, just dive into it. Go full-fledged. Like any character, make that costume, put as much time and effort and detail into it, and you'll be surprised the amount of like good feedback you're gonna have.
Wonderful. Okay, second question. Dream cosplay.
Dream cosplay.
Money's not an issue. A professional will come help you with it. What would be the thing that you're just like, I want to do that?
Honestly, it's gonna be surprising. I haven't done it yet, but it was like the first ever character I was like dying to cosplay, but kind of want to get a little bit more in shape for her because I'm still nervous, even though I've been cosplaying for like 2-3 years now. I'm still a little bit nervous about showing too much, too little, etc. I want to be Yuffie from Final Fantasy. So I would love to like get her full arm scale ready to set out. Gonna maybe chop my hair just because I like realistic hair in cosplay, but yeah, Yuffie from Final Fantasy.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for the conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Great. See you later.
Thank you.